All right, so I started training with Ian 2.5 years ago. I was just training to work on like my physique and just feel healthy, and then he saw me in there being consistent every day, so he invited me to join his powerlifting team, and then I joined and I never looked back because obviously I got very good at it. We were training for 2.5 years. I broke like 10 world records, won the world championship last year, and everything was really great. Then I did leave, joined another team, it was really great. Very different style of training though, and it worked for me for a while, but I felt like to reach my goals for this next year that I had to make some changes, and I think that Ian's programming is unlike anything I've ever experienced before, and I know it is exactly what I need to reach that level of intensity to break these world records this year and finish what I started.
I'm Jessica. I just recently started powerlifting about 5-6 months ago. I grew up in competitive gymnastics since I was 3 years old up until I graduated high school about 2 years ago. I kind of took like an off season and enjoyed college a little bit, and then I missed that competitive side that I always had growing up. So I kind of started getting into lifting and was working out, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I switched gyms and I found a coach, which is where I met Bri, which was her coach when she left Ian before we came back. So then I was training there for about 4 months, and I learned about all the different opportunities there were with competing in lifting. I was kind of just doing it for fun, but I didn't realize, how many different options there are to compete with all different sorts of lifting, bodybuilding, all of that. So I kind of found a passion for powerlifting, and Bri was kind of like my hype man. She was really like always hyping me up. So I did my first competition about 2 or 3 months ago, and that went super well. I hit a squat PR and I took a state bench record. So I was very pleased with how that meet went for myself for my first meet. And so this year is kind of going to be all about experience for me. I'm trying to sign up for as many meets as possible, and just even if I'm not breaking records during my first year, I'm trying to just get as much experience traveling and competing in all different sorts of atmospheres as I can to set myself up for success in the future.
I'm feeling very confident about this next world championship. For me, this is a lot different this time than any other of the competitions because I've been working towards this specific competition for almost 3 years now. This is the final goal. So it's been a long road getting here, but I'm feeling very confident. I don't think that there's anybody that's going to beat me. So this competition is really just me versus me. I'm trying to break my own records, really impress myself, just go out with a bang for my last junior year.
It's tough. It's definitely different. Both coaching styles were awesome, and both types of working out that I guess I was doing with both coaches, they were both difficult in their own ways. This type of training with Ian is a lot more fast-paced, and he's really like on top of you about like go, 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 which I like because the longer I rest, I feel like I'm kind of just like, my mind isn't really in it, but like, I don't even have the chance to think about, I'm tired. It's like, you're up next.
Ian's training is unlike anything I've ever seen. I try to explain it to people, and it's very hard for me to like put into words because you don't really understand. Not only is he here with us, pushing us to like our absolute limits, but the training itself without all that is extremely grueling. So we do things that are athletic, not just like squat, bench, deadlift. Like, we're actual athletes. We can jump, we can do everything. It's very important to take care of everything outside of the gym, like food, sleep, all that stuff, so that you can perform well in here because it is extremely intense, very fast paced.
So the first day that we trained together, I literally was like, thought that I could throw up. If I put my head over a trash can, I probably would have threw up. But I feel like that was the kind of training that I hadn't had since I did gymnastics, where like my heart rate gets up super high because, again, before the training we were doing, we were resting so much in between sets. We would be at the gym for so long. And that training was still great. It was just not really as fitting for what the goals that I had and how hard I wanted to push myself. So as hard as it is, it's like this is the push that I needed and like the type of discipline that I need, like being here at 8 o'clock in the morning. I am not a morning person, but it's kind of training me to like get up and start my day and push myself super hard. So I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. It's not going to be easy, and I feel like it's only going to get harder from here, but I think that us all being in it together is kind of what makes it like so special and worth it.
It's still a lot of fun because we're all pushing each other, and that's why I came back, really, is because this kind of environment is it's very much needed. Like, not only is the program written specifically for our weaknesses, but he's also, like I said, he's here pushing us. Like, you have no choice but to go as hard as you possibly can. So that's why we get so strong.
I'm currently 2.5 weeks out from my next meet, which should be exciting. It's a little bit bigger of a meet than the last one. And again, this World Championship is going to be more about experience for me than trying to break all sorts of records, but I'm very excited to travel and have Ian and Bri by my side throughout the whole journey. I'm very excited to have the two of them by my side and to see where this goes.